Today we're diving into 10 addictive adventure anime where the main characters are unfairly overpowered, dangerously entertaining, and impossible to stop watching. From demon lords to immortal warriors, ranked with hype, honesty, jokes included here. Kicking off with number 10, the strongest sage with the weakest crest. This anime starts with the ultimate flex. The strongest mage in history reincarnates just to min-max himself better. Matthias is so overpowered it's almost rude, like he's speedrunning life while everyone else is stuck in the tutorial. He casually breaks magic theory, embarrasses nobles, and treats demon generals like optional side quests. The fun comes from watching the world insist he's weak because of his crest, while he's out here redefining what weak even means. The villains try monologuing and Matthias deletes them mid-sentence. It's that kind of show. Is it subtle? Absolutely not. Is it addictive? Shockingly, yes. The pacing barely lets you breathe, and every episode feels like another smug victory lap. If you enjoy power fantasy anime where the main character constantly proves everyone wrong without breaking a sweat, this one scratches that itch aggressively. You're not here for tension, you're here for dominance, and this delivers consistently. This is Emeva's Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Sliding to number 9. How not to summon a demon lord. This show answers the question, what if an awkward MMO shut-in got isekai'd with max stats and zero social skills? Diablo is hilariously overpowered, but the real entertainment comes from watching him panic internally while acting like a final boss externally. He nukes enemies, reflects spells, and flexes legendary gear, all while accidentally building a harem and terrifying everyone around him. The fan service is loud, the comedy is shameless, and the villains exist purely to be humbled. Is it deep? No. Is it self-aware? Very. The anime knows exactly what it's doing and leans into the absurdity hard. You'll laugh, cringe, and somehow keep watching because Diablo's power level makes every confrontation feel like a comedy sketch with explosions. It's the kind of show where confidence is roleplay, intimidation is accidental, and overpowered nonsense fuels the entire adventure forward. Landing on number 8. The Daily Life of the Immortal King. This one is basically, what if One Punch Man went to school but never told anyone? Wang Ling is so absurdly powerful that the universe itself has to nerf him emotionally just to survive. The comedy comes from how seriously everyone treats threats that Wang could erase by blinking too hard. Monsters invade, ancient evils awaken, and Wang's biggest concern is not standing out too much. The animation goes unexpectedly hard during fight scenes, which makes the contrast even funnier when he resolves chaos with casual indifference. There's satire here, poking fun at cultivation tropes and overpowered protagonists while still delivering hype moments. You'll start watching for laughs, then stay because the world building sneaks up on you. It's relaxed, chaotic, and strangely wholesome for a show where the main character could accidentally destroy reality on a bad day. Looking at number 7, Claymore. Now we're shifting gears. Claymore isn't flashy fun, it's grim, heavy, and emotionally sharp. Claire isn't overpowered in the loud sense, but within her world, she's terrifying. This anime thrives on brutal combat, tragic backstories, and monsters that genuinely feel threatening. Every fight carries weight because power comes at a cost here, especially when awakening looms over every warrior. The villains aren't cocky clowns, they're nightmares. What makes Claymore addictive is its tension. You're constantly waiting for things to go wrong, and they usually do. It's dark fantasy done right, with body horror, moral ambiguity, and slow burn rage. If you like your overpowered characters forged through suffering instead of reincarnation menus, this one hits hard. It doesn't joke often, but when it punches, it leaves bruises. Marching into number 6. Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. This is Attack on Titan's chaotic cousin who drinks too much steam and refuses to calm down. Ikoma becomes overpowered through sheer desperation, engineering genius, and unhealthy determination. He's not invincible, but once he transforms into a Kabaneri, the rules change fast. The anime moves like a runaway train, literally and narratively. Action scenes explode, the soundtrack screams urgency, and every episode feels like survival on borrowed time. The villains range from infected horrors to humans making very bad decisions, which keeps things unpredictable. Ikoma's strength feels earned, fueled by obsession rather than destiny. And yes, the style carries this show hard. It's dramatic, intense, and slightly unhinged, but that's the charm. You're not watching for realism, you're watching for momentum and steel-piercing punches. Crashing into number 5, Shaman King. Shaman King is deceptively chill for a show with spirits throwing hands across dimensions. Yo isn't aggressively overpowered at first, but his calm confidence makes him feel untouchable. While other characters scream and stress, Yo vibes. That alone makes him dangerous. As the series progresses, his growth feels natural, and the power scaling stays interesting without losing heart. The real addiction comes from the characters and philosophy. Battles aren't just about strength, they're about belief, harmony, and stubborn ideals. The villains actually have depth, which makes victories satisfying instead of hollow. It's an adventure anime that balances action with reflection, and that balance keeps you invested. You'll stay for the fights, but you'll remember it for the emotional beats and spiritual weirdness that quietly hits harder than expected. Sliding gracefully to number 4, Howl's Moving Castle. Yes, it counts. Howl is ridiculously overpowered, and he knows it, but he's also dramatic, insecure, and allergic to responsibility. His magic is elegant, terrifying, and casually world-altering, yet he spends half the movie avoiding problems instead of solving them. That contrast makes him fascinating. The adventure unfolds like a dream, full of political tension, cursed transformations, and emotional vulnerability. Howl's power isn't about domination, it's about restraint. When he finally lets loose, it's unforgettable. The animation alone sells every spell like poetry in motion. This isn't loud hype, it's quiet confidence. And somehow, that makes it addictive. You're pulled into the atmosphere, the romance, and the sense that you're watching something timeless. Overpowered doesn't always mean explosive, and Howl proves that effortlessly. Now, number 3, Tiger and Bunny. But trust me, number 3, it'll mess with your head in the best way possible. Tiger and Bunny flips superhero anime on its head by mixing corporate sponsorships with genuine character growth. The overpowered element comes from the next abilities, but the real strength is experience. Kotetsu isn't the strongest physically, yet his battle instincts and stubborn heroism make him unstoppable in spirit. Meanwhile, Bunny is raw power with emotional baggage. The show blends flashy action with commentary on fame, aging, and relevance. Villains aren't just evil, they're personal. Every fight feels earned, and the partnership dynamic keeps evolving. It's funny, emotional, and surprisingly mature. You come for superhero anime energy and stay because the characters feel real. This is power through persistence, not just stats. Charging into number 2, Blade of the Immortal. Manji is functionally immortal, and that alone makes every fight brutal to watch. He doesn't dodge perfectly or win cleanly, he survives. That's his power. Blade of the Immortal is raw, violent, and unapologetic. Sword fights are messy, enemies are ruthless, and morality is constantly questioned. Manji's regeneration turns battles into endurance matches where pain is guaranteed and victory is never pretty. The anime thrives on atmosphere and character-driven revenge narrative. Rin's journey alongside Manji adds emotional weight, making the violence meaningful instead of empty spectacle. It's not binge-friendly because it's light-hearted, it's binge-worthy because it's intense and immersive. Every episode leaves you tense, curious, and slightly disturbed, which is exactly the point. Finally, number 1, The 7 Deadly Sins, 4 Nights of the Apocalypse. This sequel steps into big shoes and surprisingly holds its ground. The new generation brings fresh energy while inheriting ridiculous power levels. Percival's strength grows rapidly, and watching that evolution is half the fun. The world feels expansive again, full of mystery, prophecy, and chaos brewing under the surface. Battles are flashy, emotional, and loaded with lore callbacks fans will appreciate. While it doesn't reinvent the franchise, it refines it, focusing more on adventure and discovery. The overpowered moments feel earned through narrative build-up rather than instant dominance. It's addictive because it balances nostalgia with forward momentum. You're constantly wondering who's about to awaken something terrifying next, and that curiosity pulls you straight into the next episode. And that's our countdown of overpowered adventure anime that refuse to let you stop watching. Agree? Disagree? Or ready to argue passionately? Drop your takes in the comments, hit like if you had fun. subscribe for more anime chaos, and tell me which overpowered legend deserves a spot next time.